Outdoors, it's very bright.
Mhm.
There's sand. It's hot. It's like I'm on sand dunes.
Mhm. Take a look at your body and tell me what your body is feeling.
I'm not uncomfortable, but I'm warm.
Mhm. In this body, are you male or female?
It feels male.
Mhm.
And the skin seems very dark and
What do you-
hairy.
Dark and hairy. Very good. Look at your feet. What do your feet look like?
I don't have shoes on.
Mhm.
I'm barefoot.
What do your feet look like?
They seem bigger, like not like a monkey, but they seem bigger. They seem bigger than normal feet.
Mhm. How many toes do you see?
Just 5,
Mhm. All right. So just
but the foot seems long.
the foot seems long. What about the legs? What do your legs look like?
The bone structure seems small, like thin,
Mhm.
long and thin. But I just keep feeling dark. The
Mhm.
skin is dark.
All right. Put out your arms and your hands and see if you have anything on your hands or on your arms. What do you notice?
It almost seems like sticks.
Hmm. Very thin.
Very thin. Yeah, like an insect.
Hmm.
It's very thin, but doesn't seem weak, just thin.
Hmm. Do you feel that you're wearing any clothing?
No,
No clothing. All right.
no.
So look at your head now and your face. What do you look like?
I think it's like an ant or
Hmm.
something. It's like an insect head.
All right. Very good. So let's see where it is that you are. I'd like for you to begin your exploration and tell me about these sand dunes.
They seem to go on forever.
Hmm.
They're very tall. I don't see anyone else. I feel like I'm alone.
So I'd like for you to focus on that feeling of being alone. Has something happened to separate you from others, or have you chosen to be here alone?
I'm not sure. It seems like there's a group of others on the other side of the sand dune.
Hmm.
So I wonder if I've chosen not to be with them.
Let's find out. I'm going to count from 3 back to 1. When I get to number 1, let's see what happens next. Taking a deep breath in. 3. Traveling to the next point. 2 and 1. You're there now.
It's like a caravan,
Hmm.
but now it seems like there's people, humans, with turbans on their heads and camels, all of their belongings stacked on the camel's back. Seems like it's a big group. It's very noisy.
Hmm. Do you still look the same?
I don't think they can see me.
Hmm.
It's like I'm just with them. I'm following them, but they don't know I'm there.
How do you feel
I'm
about
just
this group?
I'm just observing them.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like a family. I'm curious about them. I don't understand about them and I want to learn.
So what do you do next to learn about them?
I just follow them. I'm so happy when I see the children. They're playing. I want to play with them.
How do those children make you feel inside?
Warm and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just free and they're playing.
Very good. Is there anything else that you notice about this group?
No,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a big group of people. The adults seem boring.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing their chores, but the children have imagination and they play and they're free.
Do you feel that you are older or young like those children?
I think I'm young.
Mm-hmm. See what's happened to your own family. I'd like for you now to travel back in time to see what's happened with your own family. As I count back from 3 to 1, I'd like for you to be the last time you were with your family before you went on this adventure. 3, traveling through time and space. 2, to be with your family once again. And 1, be there now. Where are you?
I'm with a group of other insects. I know I'm going on a journey and everyone's telling me goodbye. Have a safe trip. But we don't use words. It's
Mm-hmm.
thoughts,
Yes.
just thoughts, but we still touch.
Mm-hmm.
We still have the physical contact, but we don't talk.
What is the purpose of this journey that you're taking today?
I want to learn about humans
Mm-hmm.
to see how their families are.
Mm-hmm. Are any others going with you, or are you just by yourself?
No, I'm just by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It seems cold. It seems cold where I came from.
Describe to
I
me what
like the heat.
describe to me what it looks like where you are, where your home is.
It seems metal
Mm-hmm.
and gray. It seems like everything's triangular in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's big tall buildings.
Is
It's
this
cold.
where your people live in these tall buildings?
I think that's our home. I think it's my home I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm. Describe it better.
There's it's glass. I see like metal, like triangles with glass. There's just glass everywhere in the walls so you can see out.
Mm-hmm.
The, but it seems very colorless. At least the walls, everything seems gray and cold.
I'd like
I
for you to
found a,
explore some
I
more.
found, I found a small, a younger, maybe a younger insect, like
Mm-hmm.
a newborn, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I'm young, but I feel like I'm as tall as the adults. I see pictures of flowers and I don't think it's fields though. Almost like it's holograms that we don't have those things, but we want to know more about them.
Mm-hmm.
I think outside it's the sky is green.
Mm-hmm. What lights up the
Um,
sky?
we have a sun and it's bright yellow, but our sky is green.
Mm-hmm. What else do you notice?
I just see the tall buildings.
Mm-hmm. Is there any vegetation? Any nature?
No, it seems like the ground is like concrete, or it's not concrete. It's smooth and hard.
Mm-hmm. And
I
how do
don't
you get
see anything
around?
growing.
How do you get around on this surface?
Is there like a small car on rails?
Mm-hmm.
You can get in it and go someplace, but it's like an individual car, not a train.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a track. Oh, there's a really big tall building in the distance. Big spire. It feels like this is a control tower
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a government building. It's something that's in charge of everything.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to just go deeper. Take another deep breath in and just drop to a deeper level where you'll understand what all of this is. It'll just be there. Your knowing will just know.
I see myself with an I don't know if older is right, but an older insect, and there's like a headdress on their head.
Mm-hmm.
I think I go talk with them to decide where I'm going to go, what I'm going to go learn. It's like I want to go explore, and they're giving me their blessing
Mm-hmm.
that I can go travel. I can go travel to other planets and learn.
Wonderful. Are there others that travel also? Or is this something special?
You can go if you want to go, or you can stay. It's just an option that you have because we want to learn.
What
Everyone
happens?
seems so loving.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a family there?
I have parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I'm not mated, but I have parents and I think a younger sibling.
Do you live with your parents?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to take me to the place in which you live and describe this place for me. What does it look like, your home?
Like there's control panels.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of electronic, but not what we have
Mm-hmm.
on Earth. It's uh, Everything's automated. There's a lot of technology. And there's screens, like computer screens.
Mhm. What do you look at on the computer screen? What's there?
I think it's a database for all the species we've come across. And we can watch and learn about them, and then we can go to the planet if we want to
Mm-hmm.
and actually go see it.
Very good. What else do you see? Look all around you. See how it is that you eat, how you live.
It's I see a room, I guess a bedroom. It's like it's a bed, but it's different. It's just a small space. There's not a lot of ornamentation. There's not, like, we don't collect things like trinkets. It's kind of bare. The walls are bare, but I can see outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited to go on my journey. I'm ready to go explore.
Very good. So let's go to the moment now in which you are leaving to go to this new place. I'd like for you to see yourself there with those that are saying goodbye to you. Where are you?
I'm I think it's just in our apartment. I think our home, it's not like a rocket or anything we have to go in. We can just decide where we want to go,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like transported there. It's not like a ship or anything.
Mm-hmm.
We can just go. We can decide what planet we want to go to, and it just happens instantly.
Wonderful.
We can transport.
So I'd like for you to just see yourself arriving.
I can feel the sand under my feet again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find the humans and find out more about them.
All right. So I'd like for you to once again move forward in the space in which you were with those humans, studying them, enjoying them, being there with them. Be there now.
I'm taller than they are. I feel like I'm looking down on them.
Can they see you?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm invisible, but they don't pay me any attention.
Mm-hmm. What are you observing?
How they act with one another, how they live their life. It's like I'm writing not a history book, but just my experiences, what they're doing, where they go, where they live, what they do.
And in order for you to move in that place, what do you use? Do you use your physical body or do you use your mind to travel?
Either.
Mm-hmm.
If it's short distances, I'll just walk. If it's large distances, I can just envision a place and I can just go.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's go now to the next important scene of that lifetime. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. When I get to number 1, let's go to the next very important scene from that life, the one that affects you. 3, closing the scene and moving to that one now. 2, and 1. Be there. Where are you?
I I think I'm near the Roman Colosseum.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
It's crowded. It's very crowded. It's like in the peak of its use. It's beautiful. It's pristine. There's lots of people around. It's loud. It's very loud. I don't think I like the loudness of it, but I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. What do you see?
I see people walking around. Nobody sees me. I'm curious about them, but I don't really like this place. I like the building, the architectures, but there's something about the energy in this place. I don't like it. It's not what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm. Let's explore that and see what it is.
I saw some bones. I think they were human bones.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel when you see these bones?
I'm repulsed. I think I see their slaves and how they mistreat people, some of their people, and I don't like it at all. I don't like this place. I
What do you,
liked back when I was with the people in the desert. They were happy and kind, and these people are not.
mm-hmm.
I keep seeing the white buildings. They make me think of bone now. It's like the structures. It was a building, but now it just seems like it's built on people's bones and their misery and pain. And it no longer seems beautiful.
Mm-hmm. How is this affecting you?
It's making me very sad and wanting to withdraw and leave this place.
What do you do next?
I'm tired and I want to leave. I want to go someplace that's happy again.
All right, so I'd like for you to close this scene and go to the last day. The last day. Be there. What happens?
I'm in a bed back on the home world of the insects.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired and I just want to go to sleep. I'm done with my exploring. I contributed to the library of knowledge. I'm happy with my work.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Is there anybody there with you, or are you by yourself?
There's others there, and it's almost like when we get old, we're white or see-through,
Mm-hmm.
like our bodies change. And there's others there that with me that are that same way, like their head is white now. but their bodies are clear.
Look at your body. What does it look like?
It's clear. It's almost like glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a prism.
Mm-hmm. And how is it that your soul leaves that body?
I just decide. When I'm ready, I decide, and I can just go to sleep and it is done.
Right. So I'd like for you to take your last breath, and as you do, allow that spirit to leave that body. And I'd like for you to look at that whole lifetime, that lifetime of exploration, of new knowledge. What did you learn about this life that you just lived?
Everything wasn't as it appeared. Sometimes the beautiful things were hiding atrocities,
Mm-hmm.
and the simple people, they were so happy. They didn't need those buildings. They didn't need anything, but they were happy.
So now that you understand that, what are the lessons that need to be applied from that lifetime to the lifetime that Janelle is living now? How is that life affecting her?
Things aren't always as they appear. And those simple moments, those are the treasures. It's not the big fancy things. It's the simple happy moments with family and friends. That's the treasure. That was always the treasure that was overlooked.
Are there any treasures that Janelle is overlooking now?
All the moments with family. I want to rush through things to get to something else, do something else. But that's not the important things. It's the hugs and kisses. Those are the important things.
So how can Janelle change her life now to focus on these important things?
Not take those moments for granted, because you never know when it was the last hug. To be there, be present. All those connections with family and friends. Stop staying in a little hole and being a hermit.
Is she
Reach
doing that
out
now?
sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And there have been times in her life where she has lost loved ones. What advice do you give her about these that have been lost in her life, these family members?
They're still there.
Mm-hmm.
They're still around, and you can connect whenever you want.
Are there any family members that are always around that have gone beyond?
I feel like there's like a council of family ancestors.
All right, so I'd like for you to connect with that family council now. I want you to just take another deep breath in and dive even deeper. Releasing, letting go, and sit in front of this council and tell me who's there.
my father,
Mm-hmm.
all my grandparents. I think it's everybody that's passed on.
Mm-hmm.
They're all here and they want to help, but so many of the family they won't listen.
Mm-hmm. So you are before your family now. You have the opportunity to be the spokesperson. What do they want to tell you? What's the message you need to relay to your family?
Just be love. Let go of all your petty arguments. Just love each other. Everybody wants to tell each other what to do and what's best. Stuff just isn't important. Just love each other and support each other. They'll listen. The kids that the other family members think they're doing something wrong, if they just knew you love them, they would listen to you.
Gee, I'd like for you to just begin to drift again through time and space. At the point where you began picking up other people's illnesses and pain, begin to drift, taking the hand of your grandmother once again. 5. Allow her to point you in the right direction. 4. Drifting and floating, looking for that lifetime in which you began to pick up people's pains, illnesses. 3. Allow the images to come now. 2. And 1. Be there. Where are you?
I'm not sure. I feel like an old woman though.
Hmm.
I feel like there's a covering on my head. I feel very old and tired.
Very good. Now take a look at this covering. I'd like for you to see if this old woman is the lifetime of this soul or someone that could be influencing Janelle. You'll know the difference. Scan that body and see if that old woman.
It's an ancestor.
All right. I'd like for you to follow that line, that lineage, and what's going on. Why the influence of this ancestor? What's happening?
I think no one will listen to her.
Mm-hmm. I want you to feel her body. What does her body feel like?
Old and withered, tired. So tired. She's just trying to help everybody and be of assistance, and everybody just wants her to be quiet and go away.
Mm-hmm. Tell
Like
me more.
she's just shut down. She's decided she's just gonna go away. She'll just be on her own
Mm-hmm.
and distance herself from everyone. But she
But
tried so hard.
let's find out where she goes.
There's a there's like a little shack or a hut on the edge of the forest. She's just gonna go stay there by herself.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in anything anymore.
So go to the last day of her life in that lifetime. What happens?
She's ready to let go.
Mm-hmm.
She's done with trying and fighting, and not fighting, but trying to help those who don't want to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
And just wants to be at peace.
See her take her last breath down. And what happens to the spirit?
I think she still feels like she didn't do her job.
Mm-hmm.
She feels like she needs to keep trying.
So I'd like for you to just reach out to this old woman and find out why it is that she is influencing the lifetime of Janelle now.
She's thought through a future generation she could continue her work.
Did she go to the light?
No.
No. So let's find out how she is attached to Janelle.
My head feels really heavy.
Mm-hmm. Focus in on it. Make it stronger. Where is it?
It feels like a helmet on my head.
Mm-hmm. Keep focusing. Feel this heaviness. What is that?
It's like this energy that's just laid over the top of my skull.
Mm-hmm. I'd like for you to give that energy your voice. And let me speak now to that energy. 1, 2, and 3. You there on that head. Are you male or female energy?
Male.
Male. What is your name, please?
Marcus.
Marcus. Marcus, how old are you?
103.
Mm-hmm. What year is it for you?
1920.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, Marcus, why is it that you are attached to this head right now?
I didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you want to leave? What happened to you, Marcus?
I was afraid. I was afraid to go. I didn't know where I was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to stay here because I knew here.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't
how
know what's out there.
how is it that you found Janelle? Where did you meet her?
In Paris?
Mm-hmm. How old was she there?
Maybe 3 or 4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
young.
Yes. So what was going on with Janelle at that time that made her so vulnerable that you would be able to connect with her?
She was just so bright.
Mm-hmm.
There was just a light coming off of her. It was like I felt like a moth. There was a safe place, a safe, warm place,
Mm-hmm.
and I could go.
But you see, Marcus, when your body died, it should have gone to a light, but not to another human's light. Marcus, how is it that your body died? What happened to you?
I was shot.
Where were you shot, Marcus?
My heart.
Mm-hmm. I'd like for you to go ahead and go into that heart now. And I'd like for you to pull out that bullet now. And tell me how it feels when you release.
Feel whole,
Mm-hmm.
warm again.
All right. So within that heart, Marcus, you're going to see a little light. This is the light that's within you. This is the light from God, the source of all light. Find that light.
I see it.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to just focus your attention on this light, and I'd like for you to just make it brighter. Illuminate that light, and tell me how you feel as that light expands and amplifies within your energy field.
I feel warm and safe.
Mm-hmm. So Marcus, what is it that you were causing in Janelle's body? How are you affecting her?
Always second guessing everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was like there was two of us in her head.
You cause her any discomfort?
Occasional headaches, not. I just made her doubt herself.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So would you like for her to forgive you for that?
Yes.
Tell her that.
Will you forgive me for making you second guess yourself?
Janelle, what do you say back?
Yes.
And you forgive him.
Yes.
Are you ready to release him now?
Yes.
All right. So Marcus, I'd like for you to tell me how it is that you are attached to this etheric body. Where are you attached to it?
It's deep inside her brain.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'd like for you, Marcus, to begin to pull all of your energy out of her brain. And Janelle, you know how to cut cords. I'd like for you to use your hands and begin to cut those cords that are deep inside your brain that belong to Marcus. Begin now. And tell me when you're done.
Okay.
Very good. Now, Marcus, this whole time that you were with Janelle, your guide has been waiting for you to take you home, back home to the light. I'd like for you to look around and tell me when you find your guide.
I see Archangel Raphael.
What does he tell you?
He beckons me to come with him.
hmm Are you ready to go now, Marcus?
Yes.
Good. So I'd like for you to take all of your energy from Janelle, and I'd like for you to go with Archangel Raphael now. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. Thank you. And now, Janelle, I'd like for you to see your brain, the space in which Marcus was filling before. And we need to fill that space now with something positive, something that you need. What would you like to fill that space with?
A golden light.
Beautiful. What does that golden light represent for you?
Peace.
Mm-hmm.
No
So go.
longer doubt.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin filling all of that space with that golden light. that light of confidence. Feel that self-confidence flooding your head. No longer doubting yourself. No longer second guessing. Now that it's filled with confidence, you can move forward in life, knowing that every decision you make is a decision that you stand firm on with certainty. There's no fear. There's no second guessing. All routes are the correct route for that experience. And tell me when it's completely full.
It feels full.
Very good. Very good. And now I'd like for you to just look at your entire body with your spiritual eyes. The body should just be white with light. Are there any connections there? Anything else hindering your progress?
There's something in my chest above my heart.
I'd like for you to identify the feeling of that. What does it feel like?
It doesn't hurt, but it feels like a stab. It
All
feels
right.
like something's penetrating.
Okay. So I'd like for you to just take a moment and observe this feeling. Does it feel like something that's coming from outside of you or something that's from within? What's the
It feels
stabbing?
like something outside going in.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and intensify the feeling of that stabbing. And as you intensify the feeling, I'd like for you to come up with emotions or words that describe this stabbing feeling. What is that?
Anger.
Keep going.
It's black. It's anger and malice and hatred.
Keep going. Keep intensifying it. Who's stabbing? Whose anger is that? Keep making it stronger. Feel the feeling. Where is that stabbing? Make it stronger. Let's find the origin. Connect with that part of you that knows. Intensify the feeling.
It feels like it had something to do with Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still seeing the name Marcus.
Mm-hmm. Follow it. Who is stabbing? Look at the face. What are they holding? What are they stabbing you with?
A spear.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I see this like white face.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Keep
just
feeling.
laughing.
Uh-huh. Who is laughing?
It makes me think of a clown, but I don't think it's a clown. It's just the skin is so white.
Mm-hmm. And look at yourself. Look at the body that's being stabbed. What do you look like?
I'm like this person. I'm all white too. Like
Mm-hmm.
like no color white. Just
Mm-hmm. Keep going. Why is this other white being stabbing you? What is this anger?
I feel like I didn't go along with something they wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do something, so they were going to punish me.
Keep going. You'll know what it is. What didn't you go along with?
were supposed to get together and hurt someone else.
Mhm.
And I told him no. So since I wouldn't go along with his game, then I would be the game.
Mhm. So as he is stabbing you, what's going on through your mind?
Disbelief.
Mhm.
I thought we were I thought we were friends,
Mhm. Is there
but then
betrayal?
we were going to do something bad.
Mhm.
Why why would we do that?
So as you're being stabbed, feel it. Feel the feelings. Think the thoughts.
I'm angry too.
Mhm.
I'm angry and frustrated. I want to
Now,
pull this out and stab them,
mhm.
but
And
I
as
can't.
this
It's stuck.
is happening, where is your soul?
It's not completely attached.
Mhm.
It's like there's a string,
Mhm.
but it's not in the body all the way anymore.
Mhm. And how is that part of your soul feeling about this whole situation?
Like they want revenge.
Mhm. So take a look and see, have you taken some of that with you?
Yeah, it's still connected.
Mhm. Where is that revenge? Where is that anger? Where is that frustration and disbelief?
It's in my chest.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you need to have that there any longer?
No.
No. So I'd like for you to just for a moment take a look at the one who stabbed you. Look into their eyes and see if you recognize who that is. Connect with that soul and find out now why it is that you chose to be in this lifetime with him again.
To find a different way to live in peace, not to hurt people and stab them for fun.
Has Janelle done that in this life?
I've hurt people.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready now to release all of that pain? Can you forgive
Yes.
yourself now?
Yes.
All right. So I'd like for you to take a moment and I'm going to say a prayer. You can just listen or go along with it, but I'd like for you to just feel it. From the Lord God of my being, I empty myself, mind, body, and spirit, of all that limits me, of all that I am attached to that no longer serves me, of all that I am addicted to that no longer profits me. I forgive all of those who have hurt me in this life, in any life, in any way at all. And I ask to be forgiven for all the ways I have hurt others in this life. in any life, in any way at all. And now I choose to live in peace, always, in all ways. So be it. Have you released this spear now?
Yes, it's faded. It's
Very good.
gone.
Very good. And now that space in which that spear was so deep within your chest, I'd like for you to fill it with something that you can use moving forward, to be able to use all of that for helping others. What would you like to fill that space with?
Pink light.
Beautiful. What does pink represent to you in this moment?
Love.
So go ahead and begin to fill that space with love. And as that overflows, see it going towards this other soul. And allow their heart to be full of love. Very good. Take a look at your body now and see how it looks.
Seems warm and whole.
Very good. Very good. So now that we have done that, let's find out what is making the body heat up so much before it goes into a place where there's other people, where there's energy. So I'd like for you to go ahead and feel that rush of heat now as we begin to intensify the energy. Feel the temperature rising as the energies get close. And as the energies get close, you'll be able to identify what those energies are. What is heating up this body now?
It's all the healing energies that just want to burst out.
And who is summoning these healing energies?
Janella is unconsciously.
All right. So if Janelle is conjuring up these healing energies, it seems that Janelle has the ability to also regulate these energies and manipulate it. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to show her visually what happens when she gets close to someone that she's able to heal. Give her a visual. Where do these energies come from?
They're coming out from all over her. They want to reach out. They want to help so bad.
So now that we understand that she has control, that is the energy within her, that is the God within her, or the goddess within her of the healing, how can she protect herself from picking up things from others? Let's see what happens with those energies.
They darken. They darken her energies because she's picking up others along the way.
Does she need to pick up those energies from others?
No.
No. All right. So it seems that she knows how to summon the energy from within, but she also has a valve that seems to be picking them up like a vacuum cleaner. Yeah. Does she need to have that vacuum?
No.
No. So what we're going to do is, because she is a healer and she's going to attract these energies, we need to have a vent for those energies to be processed and be taken right to source for healing. So where would you like to put that vent where she no longer holds it in her body?
In her right hand.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and move your right hand to where it's facing up. Go ahead and tilt your right hand up. And I'd like for you to just visualize now that little hole in the hand that is going to be picking up energies and taking them right up, beaming them up to source. So as she picks up the energies, all you have to do is take that hand, flip it up, and allow all of it to be taken up to God for healing. And I'd like for you to go ahead and do that now with your body. And just visualize doing a scan of this body, of any energies that have been picked up throughout the day, throughout the week. Any energies that do not belong. And just send them right up. Release them and let them go. And tell me how that feels in your hand.
It just feels like it's pulsating and
Mm-hmm.
flowing out and freeing me from it.
Very good. So you can even expand it out even farther, amplifying the intensity. And just visualize a beam of light where all of these energies flow out of. And tell me when they've all been taken.
It's all clear now.
Very good. Very good. And now that that's all clear, is there anything that Janelle needs to do in order to protect herself from being this human vacuum, or is that her function?
She needs to say those words to protect herself,
Mm-hmm.
to stop picking it up.
Very good. Very good. So now that we have that, I'd like for you to do a scan of the body and see how that is now that we have taken all of that energy and sent it up to the universe for healing. How does that body look now?
It looks like it's glowing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And with that glow now, we're going to go deeper in. I'd like for you to just take a deep breath in and step down even deeper. And I'd like for you to begin hearing in your mind that tune that you hear, the words, the sounds. And as you hear, I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to speak and sing that language. Feel it flowing.
Lele, chale, sewe, nale, wale, yame, wale, sile, awe, ale, wane, shile, ane, Sine male ave wine ave sive ave mane vile.
Very good. And I'd like for you to just ride that frequency now and go to the origin of that frequency, of that song. As you hear that song, travel through time and space and follow where it's coming from.
It's pure love.
Mhm.
And it's just white. It's completely white. I don't see any colors. This seems like it's the presence of angels
Mhm.
just in their chorus.
Mhm. And how are you part of this chorus of angels?
I was with them.
Mhm.
I was with them and I had wings.
Mhm. And when this angel now sings this song, what does that song tell her and others who are listening?
I love you. You're always loved. And you will always be loved forever. You're never alone. We are but a whisper away.
Wonderful. And what does the angelic realm have to say today to Janelle as she moves forward, helping to heal others with her love, with her touch, with her presence? What message do you have for her?
We needed a conduit. We needed someone that could touch the bodies, touch the physical body, so that we can give them the healing, release them from their pain, and show them the way to come back to the light
Mm-hmm.
because they have forgotten.
Very good. And now from the angelic realm, I'd like for you to find that old woman, that ancestor that died so lonely. And I'd like for you to give her love and lift her spirit and send her to the light now.
She is gathered up and brought with us.
Beautiful. Very good. Do you have a message for anyone else from the angelic realm?
We are with you at all times. We surround you and protect you, love you so much. So much you don't even know. We want you to flourish and be happy and to know love. Find peace. Find peace with everyone, even people you don't agree with. Find peace and love. You're all one.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to work on with Janelle, or do you feel that we are complete today?
We are complete.
Very good. Thank you so much. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Wow. How do you feel?
Good.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Was that what you expected?
I didn't know what to expect.
And now that you've gone through this? Wow. You did a lot.
Yeah.
How long do you think it was? How did it feel to you?
It felt like forever and 10 minutes at the same time.
Well, we've got about an hour and a half or so that we were doing this. So it was short and long.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I had no concept of time.
That's great. That's great.
Oh,
So you did really well. You did
thank you.
really well. Did it make sense to you?
Yeah. It made sense. And I felt like when Marcus was on my head, it felt like I had just like a helmet on or something. It was weird. And then with my hand, it was like I could feel like just everything coming out of my hand.
That's great. So you need to use that. I use that all the time when I'm with my clients. I mean, I always put my hand out,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever I'm doing any work, one hand is always pointed up
Up.
as I work
Yeah.
with the other one because I'm just a conduit. I don't take anything from anybody. It just
Mm-hmm.
flows right through me. So it's very
Right.
important when you're doing your healing work, whatever it is that you do,
Mm-hmm.
not it's not for you to take their ailment, okay? And you saw
Yeah.
that, it's not for you to take. It's for you to be the vessel of love for helping them
Yeah.
heal, but not for you to take them, their stuff from them. Wow, that was great. So, do you want to keep this private or do you want to share some of it? What do you think?
I would share.
You want to share it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was like the most interesting part of this whole thing?
When I was connected with the insect, I wanted to reach out and touch the antenna. It was like an ant, but it was huge, and I wanted to touch it. It was so interesting, and just the love that I was feeling between the family
Yeah.
of those beings. It was, not something specific to humans. All the beings were feeling that. It was just,
Mhm.
and the excitement when I saw the human children playing. It was like, oh, I was so excited. They were so happy, and
Yeah.
it was
But
it
then
was
when you
interesting.
saw the death, the Coliseum, all the games they were playing,
Mhm.
that was pretty intense.
Yeah, I was very sad and disgusted, and just I thought I wanted to go there because it was beautiful, and but then I saw what it was built on or for, and
Hmm.
I was like, no, I don't want to be in this place, and wanted to leave immediately.
Wow. Wow. It was interesting, very, very interesting, the whole thing. The whole thing was interesting. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the advantage of this online session. I
Yeah.
really do. And I know people are going to be interested in hearing this. So thanks for doing that. And anybody who's watching, if you want a session with me, just sign up for my newsletter. That's what Janelle did, and
Yes.
I send it out whenever I have available appointments. And if you want to come see me, just check out that newsletter, and whenever it comes out, you got to click really fast on that calendar date because they go pretty quickly. So thank you all for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it like I did. Until the next time. Bye.